Imagine a giant player with many weapons to wield, many tricks to play, many tales to tell, and many battles to its credit. And imagine that giant being in a slumber, almost a kind of a hibernation, in a battle that it didn't even realize it was in. And then imagine a newbie competitor with a huge market lead by virtue partly of the slumber of the giant and partly because of an innovative product created for a retail consumer giant market. Welcome to the epic battle between Google and OpenAI Chat GPT. This is a battle which has now entered almost a decisive phase. Google roaring back into AI, ChatGPT may not survive this one. Hello, dear friends and students. This is Sandeep Manudhane Sandy. Welcome to Billion Hopes. Today, we will see why Google and its entire AI range of products, the Google AI Studio, the Google AI Suite, in fact, may give a very tough competition to every player, especially OpenAI and ChatGPT. I will list 7 critical reasons why Google may end up winning this race. So, welcome to Billion Hopes. So, why do we say that Google has roared back into AI and ChatGPT may not survive this one? Recall just a few months ago the commentary by most informed experts in the field of AI. It was just that OpenAI's lead was becoming kind of unassailable, with the hundreds of millions of active users reported and a massive footprint building across the developing world, especially giants like India, where OpenAI and founder Sam Altman had aggressively, smartly, and very strategically offered certain free products. But then came November 2025, and 7 truths stared back right into OpenAI's face. Google is no pushover. You cannot just ignore Google by virtue of the fact that you have a market lead. Google is not one product, Google is an entire ecosystem. The company called Google has humanity's entire data, almost entire publicly available internet search data for more than 27 years in its servers. Neatly indexed, neatly categorized, neatly systematically searchable for its own purpose is the Google search index engine. And this particular database is now being leveraged in real time for Google AI. OpenAI and ChatGPT has no such access to humanity's data. So the very first reason why Google has a massive lead in this game is its integrated ecosystem and distribution dominance. And what exactly would this distribution dominance mean? Let me quickly take you to what it would mean. As you can see clearly, Google offers products which humanity is completely integrated with now. And all of them working together give Google the real time basic raw material, refined, curated, deduplicated, which can be turned into AI intelligence. OpenAI has nothing like this except its reliance on Microsoft, its reliance on its user giving it a lot of data, and the initial training data across various training epochs that its products would have gone through, but not humanity's real time usage data. So that's the luxury that only in this industry Google seems to have. The second major edge Google has is a proprietary full stack AI infrastructure. Right from the chips that do the basic compute for AI, the computing infrastructure, which is TPU, tensor processing units, Google's own proprietary hardware, to the Google Cloud, which belongs to Google itself, to the transformer architecture and the entire Gemini series of foundational models, Google has a domination in all the 3 major facets of the proprietary hardware chain. It's a full stack AI infrastructure. Compare that to OpenAI. OpenAI doesn't have its own chips. OpenAI relies on GPUs made by NVIDIA and, in a large measure, on its partnership with Microsoft. So, that is one huge weak area, comparatively, strategically speaking. OpenAI doesn't have its own cloud, so to speak, unlike Google Cloud, which almost is number three in the world after AWS and Microsoft's Azure, or maybe they are neck and neck in competition. And third, OpenAI was built on the transformer architecture that Google had invented, Vaswani and team, way back in 2017. So you can see the difference is staring right there in the face. The third big difference is that Google has a massive global data engine, real time, unparalleled knowledge, exactly as I just said. The importance of that can never be overstated. Billions of human beings working on Google search, or rather using Google search, using Gmail, entering their entire creativity into YouTube, which goes again into a massive searchable database, using Google Workspace and the various apps that Google provides there, and Gemini and Google AI Studio products neatly linked into, or rather embedded into everything, leveraging everything on a real time basis. OpenAI just doesn't have anything like that. So, this was the proprietary AI infrastructure that I just spoke about. And this is the global data engine that Google and only Google possesses. Even Microsoft does not have anything like that. Multimodality from the ground up. The way the Gemini apps have been designed, multimodality has been natively built into them. So they can actually ingest text and docs and code and audio and video, everything together in real time, unlike many other LLMs that struggle with making sense of multimodality. And from ground up, if you design it, so the results are also spectacularly brilliant. Enterprise grade security and context. With LLMs, the context window matters a lot. We used to have something called prompt engineering. That is practically a bygone era now, almost dead. Now we have context engineering. You have to create a context for the LLM to give a fantastic output. Google specializes there as well. It has enterprise grade security and the right context as well. Then comes the sixth major strength of Google in this AI race, adaptive thinking and performance benchmarks, in which you can again see that the way Google AI does the superior reasoning capabilities, few shot, zero shot efficient learning techniques, and the benchmark performance in terms of state of the art result seem to be beating OpenAI pretty strongly. Finally, the thing that makes all the difference. Are you surviving on debt or constant need to raise equity in the market? Or are you using your own money? Google has such deep pockets. It doesn't need to reach out to the markets to raise funds to actually carry out the next 3 months or the next quarter of its operations. OpenAI's need for constant funding makes it extremely vulnerable. OpenAI has been a loss making company from day zero till today, and no one has any clue, including Sam Altman, when the tables will turn and when it will actually turn black and start making money. Google has been a profitable company from its inception till date, raking in money and making money at an unprecedented scale. This, in the long run, makes all the difference. It makes the difference in terms of sustainability of business, the ability to invest in the business, the market's reaction to the business, and the consumer confidence, especially enterprise consumers' confidence in the business. Lately, in the past 1 month after November 2025 launch of the Gemini suite and the new products like Nano Banana Pro and others, and Notebook LM, OpenAI's capabilities in image handling itself are being questioned, and ChatGPT and GPT-5, etc., are struggling to keep pace with the way the quality of Gemini has been. Of course, Google can surely stumble in the future. Of course, OpenAI can just rack up a new model and give abilities better than what Gemini has done, and that will be good for you and good for me. We want a better product at a lower cost, and we would definitely not want a monopoly. But that is not the goal of today's interaction with you. What I'm trying to tell you is the fact of the market that Google, which has been a monopoly for long, seems to be winning this race again because of these 7 major reasons. I hope you'll find time to read through it. I hope you will also visit our website, insights.billionhopes, where we have hundreds of insightful commentaries like the one I shared with you. So please check it out. It's there in the comment. And do not forget to subscribe to a free newsletter, AI for Everyone, twice a week. AI wisdom reaches right in your mailbox. So make sure that you subscribe there. Beautiful courses are available from Academy at Billion Hopes. Check it out. You're bound to like and enroll. You will love it. So thank you so much for being a patient listener. We'll be back again with the next episode of AI Affairs soon. This is Sandeep Manudhane Sandy bringing you AI for real impact.